we go. We are recording. So, hey everyone, I am so excited to talk about a topic that I am passionate about. I'm Christy and I've been in the healthcare field for over 25 years. I've been a licensed midwife and passionate women's health advocate. So tonight we're going to talk about women's health and hormones, and I can just say first word, Clary-Calm. We're going to talk about Clary-Calm multiple times tonight. That's the first word I think of when I'm thinking about doTERRA and I'm thinking about women's health and hormones, Clary-Calm. So welcome for those of you that are just getting here. Be sure to fill out the online punch card. That's our way of knowing when you've attended all 8 of the series. And say you've missed, say, weeks 4 or 5, or you're just hopping on tonight for the first time. That's okay, because this series is revolving. So after week 8, then we're going to start right back up with week 1. But we want to be sure to mail you your free diffuser for attending all 8 weeks. So be sure to fill out the online punch card. It's just a little registration form. So tonight, you guys, we are going to get real because I feel like women's health and hormones is a subject that is not talked about. It's just not talked about. You know, as a practicing midwife, I know that when I had my first symptoms of not having a normal menstrual cycle, it was really surprising for me because it wasn't something that I had ever talked about. You know, you hear about menopause, but you don't hear about the in-between time. It's just not normal. It's not talked about. And so I'm super excited to be here tonight and to be able to have this conversation. And I think that, you know, as people, we need to be able to gather up and talk about our health and be vulnerable and share what's working and ask questions and be able to hear other people's stories so that we can be able to relate and feel empowered. So I would love to just start off with asking if any of you have a testimonial. Maybe we'll just do 2 right now, 60 seconds or less of something related to women's health and hormones that doTERRA has supported you with.
Sure, I have one.
Thank you.
So I have had trouble with ovarian cysts for a long time, like 20 years. And a couple months ago, they were so bad I couldn't stand up. And I looked up the essential oil for that. That was when I was kind of starting to really use the oils a lot. And basil was what was recommended, and so I used it for a couple days and they went away. And the next time I got my period, I had 0 cramps for the first time ever, which is the first time in 30 years. So basil was amazing for me and really life-changing, and hopefully can help support this girl. Next.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. Amazing. Basil oil, right? 30 years. That's phenomenal. And to think that basil oil, like, I just love that it was like a few drops. You still have your bottle. It's going to last a really long time. It's not going to expire. Like, it's just amazing. It's tiny. It's like compact. That makes me so happy. Thank you for sharing.
Really, like 1 drop a day for a few days.
Wow.
I'm not sure if
I
you
can share a little bit.
Wait.
One second, I'm hearing 2 people.
Go ahead.
Whoever was saying that you want to share, go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone that,
go ahead and
because there's a lot of noise
Yeah.
coming up. And then whoever wants to share, unmute yourself so that we don't have the background noise. And we'll just move on if we're ready to move on. Camelia,
Yes.
would you like to share?
Yes,
Hi.
I'd like to share. Hi, I'm Camelia. It's good to be here. I love using clary sage. I have endometriosis, and it's been tough. But since I discovered clary sage, I pretty much use it every time I have cramps or every time I feel like something is not really working. For me, I like to use it even to inhale it sometimes. It feels like it balances hormones for me, but I didn't do that much research around it. I just did it intuitively. I know that clary sage is good for hormones, but it's been really good for pain too. I don't know if you have any scientific proof around that, but it's been working for me, so I love it.
That makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. This it's not even like you had to come up with a blend. Not that that would be a problem, but that would just be more steps. You just have this one oil that's working for multiple things. I love that. And I love that you're trusting your intuition. That is powerful. So someone, Luz, is asking, how do you use it? Will you share with the group how you use it? I know you said you inhale it. How else, Camelia, do you use the clary sage?
Yeah, so I have two. Can you hear me? Okay, there's a delay. So I have two ways of using it. I rub it on my basically lower abdomen when it's cramping down there. And sometimes I just inhale it, even though it's really strong for me. I dilute it and then use it on one palm and then kind of make an inhaler on my own and just breathe that that oil, or I can diffuse it too. I don't do that much, but I diffuse it sometimes. But it's been working for me a lot. Yeah, I love it.
Awesome. Thank you. So Maria, do you want to share? We'll do one more testimonial before we get into the rest of the material. Maria McDaniel,
Okay,
do you have
can
your
you
hand
hear
raised to
me?
share? Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Cheyenne had told me that I was to try clary sage and balance, and I balance the back of my neck in the morning and the back of my neck at night, and then at clary sage I put it on my wrist in the morning, and then I put it on my ankle at night, and my hot flashes are about 80% better.
Wow, that's amazing. What an incredible tool. We have such gifts here, you guys. Those are some powerful testimonials. Thank you so much for sharing. I can only imagine the relief that that the oils have provided. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Great. Can you see that? Okay. So first, for your own good, this is just your own information on a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 is no unwanted symptoms and 10 is out of control symptoms. How is your monthly cycle? And if peri or postmenopause, how are your symptoms? So just take note of that. It'll be good if this information is new to you to note where you're at right now and where you're at a little while down the road after trying some of these natural solutions. And then consider, are there areas of hormone balance that are difficult for you? If you've got a pen and paper, just write it down so that you can mark the date and note where you were. Otherwise, just notice what comes up for you. All right, so the female reproductive system includes the ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix, external genitalia, and breasts, and works closely with other systems, especially the endocrine system. Ovaries secrete estrogen and progesterone, which are crucial for fertility, but also play a key role in a woman's emotional and physical health. Nutrition and hydration directly impact the production of these hormones. So the next thing that I would like to share is just some basic self-care that I believe is a core in helping our hormones function properly. So one of those being water, right? If you think of 8 by 8, if we can drink 8 ounces of water 8 times a day, so 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water, so 8 by 8, that is something that we can do proactively for our health to feel different. So every time you get that glass of water, like give yourself a high five for giving yourself some self-care. The next one, and I wanted to find something that was a little more like 2 women walking fast together, that was a little more natural, but like whatever it is that you do for working out, move your body. You know, it doesn't have to be a workout class. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, but find something that works for you to move your body. And if you're like me, I need an accountability buddy. So workout classes actually work really well for me because I feel that when I show up, I'm being accountable. And when I have to do it on my own, it's more of like a have to. It's different. So everyone's got their own thing. I know what works for me. Find what works for you to move your body daily. Like we get to move our bodies. It's a privilege that we get to move our bodies. And before we get into nutrition and how doTERRA can support us, I think the first thing that comes up for me is just sharing my story of really the times that I've noticed something off with my cycle, and I've had a regular cycle all my life. I think it was off like once with traveling internationally, missed 1 cycle years ago. That's it, like regular cycle without really any issues. And it was during time of moving and stress that my body really couldn't let go. And so it was just like a lighter period. And then after that one, like boom, like a double period in 1 month. And for me, that was like such an awareness of, wow, I'm just stressed. And so my body is responding. And I'm grateful I have a very healthy body and that I could have a health problem come up and recognize it and directly correlate it to the phase that I was in. And so I just share with you that yes, these oils are amazing. And yes, doTERRA's supplements and products that we're going to share All of these natural solutions are beautiful. And as you can see from the testimonials that you've just heard, like sometimes it's just one oil that can be life-changing. Just please keep in mind, if you were to add 2 things, it would be drink a lot of fresh water and move your body, right? And just pay attention to your self-care, like guard that, it's precious. So the first recommended product for women's health and hormones is Lifelong Vitality. I'm just so curious, how many of you, there are 39 of us on this call, how many of you, is there a way to, like, can you type in the chat box LLV if you're taking it? If you know how to type in the chat box. I'm just so curious how many of us on the call are taking it already. So Lifelong Vitality, you guys, it does 3 things. So number 1, it's going to decrease pain. Number 2, it's going to increase energy. And number 3, it's going to give you better mood. And so for me, it's that dip in the afternoon that I feel less when I take this. And it is that I feel emotionally solid when I take this, and I am emotionally thinner if I forget to take it. So it is foundational nutrition for optimum hormone balancing and energy levels. It's packed with powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. And Gwen, do you mind just like sharing later what you notice in the chat box with how many people are on? Can you just share with us later for how many people are taking the LLV? Cool, thank you. Then I'm not looking at the chat box right now. So another recommended product is the Bone Nutrient Essential Complex, and this is bioavailable nutrition for men and women, necessary for bone integrity, strength, and overall health. So it is important for those with weak or fragile bones, bone fractures, and growing individuals. And I love this once again because it's bioavailable, so your body knows what to do with it. Okay, this one, you guys, this one, a lot of questions come up around this one, right? Because there's so much estrogen therapy out there that when you hear phytoestrogen, a lot of questions come up, I notice. And so I'm gonna share some really cool things that I actually learned at my very first convention. So I think it was 2013, and I got an invitation to get to go to Dr. Hill's talk on women's health and hormones. And it was like a special thing for enrolling a certain amount of people. And they gave me like a jasmine and a clary comb, and I forget what the other balance, like it was just like this special little gift. And I felt so honored to get to like hear from the head medical officer himself, speaking to us on a topic that is something so close to my work. And so I learned a lot from him that day. Do you know about, like, have you heard people talk about how like, can lavender like interrupt like a boy's hormones? Like, is lavender not safe to use for boys? Have any of you heard that? So that was something that that I had heard before that. I don't know if I really believed it, but it was something that I heard. I hadn't done any research on it, but I had heard that. So Dr. Hill explained it so well. So I'm just going to read this here. It's a natural, this phytoestrogen is a natural form of estrogen-like therapy. So it's not actually estrogen. It assists to balance not only a deficiency, but also any excess of harmful estrogen metabolites. It minimizes unwanted symptoms associated with the menstrual cycle. And it also promotes healthy breast tissue and brings balance to hormones in both men and women. So basically, our body has these, you could think of them as parking spots, these receptor sites, and those parking spots will get taken up by the unhealthy synthetic hormones in our environment. So just drinking out of a plastic water bottle, using synthetic facial care, shampoos, any of the things that we are using in our life, on our skin, breathing it in, that even have maybe a synthetic lavender essential oil in it. Any of that stuff is impacting our hormones in a negative way. And those parking spots will get filled up by the synthetics in our life, and then they really like wreak havoc on our hormones. So we want to protect those parking spots and fill them up with the healthy hormones. And so pure essential oils protect us, and they fill up those parking spots for us to keep the other ones out. And so that is how we balance our hormones. And another story I have that relates to the lavender and that myth of, oh, could it interfere with a boy's hormones? So this is the deal, you guys. It goes back to the synthetic hormones. I was working with somebody years ago who she wasn't sleeping well. So she went to the health food store, bought a lavender, and it helped her with sleep. She was like, this is amazing. I heard lavender worked, and here it is working. Well, she had her first interruption in her menstrual cycle ever, and showed me the lavender she was using. And so really what happened is the few drops of Pure that was in that bottle from the health food store helped her with her sleep. And then all of the other synthetics in that bottle of lavender messed with her menstrual cycle. And so she shifted to the doTERRA lavender, and everything got back in its groove. But that's just for me, a clear example of what a synthetic hormone interrupter will do and what a pure essential oil can do. So rose. I don't know how many of you got the rose BOGO, but that was pretty amazing recently. So rose is the queen of oils. It's a heart oil. Florals are always heart oils. And if you think about, I mean, so much of our hormones goes back to our stress levels and where is our heart at. Like so much is related to the matters of our heart. And so it's great to apply over your heart. It's great for emotional balance, boosts libido, promotes openness and confidence. It's also awesome to apply to the lower abdomen for relief from menstrual discomfort and to promote regular ovulation. There are some other oils that are amazing for women's health. We're going to go through some of them, but not all of them are in this PowerPoint. And so two that I also want to share with you are Whisper and Ylang Ylang. So those are, Whisper is a beautiful blend for women, and Ylang Ylang is another one that will support your sexuality and your hormones. Clary Calm. We're gonna say Clary Calm a bunch tonight. So Clary Calm, I was blown away when I learned about Clary Calm. So I just first fell in love with my family physician kit, ran out of On Guard, bought some more On Guard, and then I learned about loyalty rewards, and oh my goodness, I can get free oil every month, and wow, like a kid in a candy store. And when I learned about Clary Calm, that this can support all of these different things, hormone balancing, heavy periods, PMS, cramping, hot flashes, mood swings, like I was blown away. And so that was such an easy one to consider, the people in my life and how this could bring them relief. So I have multiple testimonials of this oil being like the oil that's carried in the purse, because you want to be using it frequently to get the benefits, right? So it has clary sage in it. I know we heard from Camellia talk about clary sage and Maria, and yes, clary calm is a blend and it has clary sage in it. Okay, so we've got a bunch of doTERRA products here that are going to support the endocrine system, which is directly involved in your metabolism, in your nutrient regulation, overall homeostasis. It's the essential oils can be very beneficial because they're circulated in the same way and profoundly benefit the cells they encounter in the process. So looking at your liver, your pancreas, your adrenals, and your thyroid, okay? First, we'll look at the liver. So healthy liver function is the underpinning of hormone balance. So just the simplest way to get some benefits from essential oils, you guys, if you were to just have your starter kit, drink your lemon oil every day, like 2 to 3 drops, 3 to 5 times a day. Have that in your water. Only use glass or metal. Don't use plastic. And just drink the lemon in your water. It is going to support so many of your body systems. And then take 1 Zendocrine soft gel daily. And Zendocrine is the detoxification blend. So it is a lovely blend. Gosh, I don't have the list for me in front of me. I know it has geranium, some other citrus, and man, that stuff works. So that's listed for all of the cleanses with doTERRA. That's going to support the cleansing of your liver. So then caring for your pancreas, you're going to take 1 to 3 Slim and Sassy soft gels daily to support your metabolism, regulate your blood sugar, and release excess water. You can also use the Slim and Sassy oil in your water. I love it, but for me, it's a strong flavor, and I love the flavor. I don't want to drink it all day. I could drink lemon water all day, but I don't want that strong of a flavor all day, and so I love the soft gels. Caring for your adrenals, Magnolia. I'm gonna put some on. So apply Magnolia to adrenals twice daily. Take 2 capsules of Mito 2 Max twice daily or as needed. So for some of you, you might be getting plenty of energy from your Lifelong Vitality. I mean, that's one of the main goals of Lifelong Vitality is energy. But for those of you that want an extra boost, MitoMax is amazing. It's got a lot of herbals like Siberian ginseng. There's no caffeine or any stimulants, but it is just gonna support your adrenals so you have that extra energy. And then caring for your thyroid. I love this blend. So write this recipe down or take a screenshot. In a roller, combine 10 drops of each clove, myrrh, frankincense, and lemongrass. Top with fractionated coconut oil and apply to thyroid area 3 times per day. Multiple times I've worked with people with their thyroid with essential oils, and they have seen results that they have stuck with it then. Okay, we just went through those. I'll just give you, in case any of you want to take a screenshot of any of these, I'll just pull up these slides for a minute. I'm gonna look at the time that we're at. Good, I'm doing great on time. So here's for the adrenals again. And here's that blend, that's a nice.
Yes, and can I give a little proof in how powerful some of these, the power of Lifelong Vitality and good nutrition as our baseline for health? 21 people on this call today have chosen to take the nutritional supplements to support themselves. So amazing.
Yep.
It makes such a difference for me.
Nice.
And for many,
Thanks,
obviously.
Yeah, me too. I didn't add myself in the chat, so 22.
Oh, 22.
22.
There you go.
Amazing. You guys, I was resistant to trying the supplements. I had tried supplements. I had tried all kinds of supplements. I'm a licensed midwife, and I recommended a prenatal that I thought was the best to people. Sometimes I carried it, sometimes I didn't. It was just, I wanted it to be the freshest possible. So most of the time I just sent people to the health food store to buy it. But I thought that it was a product that was the best. I took it myself during my pregnancy. It was expensive. It had, it was like a local, organic. It had female herbs in it, probiotics. And when I found out that the reason why it made my urine like that bright fluorescent color was that it had a B vitamin that was a synthetic B vitamin derived from coal, I just thought, wow, that's like really off. Like, why would I be taking something like this and promoting it and paying, like, it was one of the most expensive vitamins, prenatal vitamins available. And so I guess I had kind of had it with supplements. I really felt like supplements were something that I took just because I was supposed to. Like, I wasn't motivated because I really felt that different. So with doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality, I was like, oh, a supplement. I'm just into these oils. I'm just going to keep doing these oils and getting my free one of the month. I'm good. And it was when our friend said, like, guys, when I forget to take it, I actually have like pain in my joints. And when I take it, I'm fine. And so for me, that was a big one. I'm like, okay, I can try this. And so after a week, I noticed that I just felt like I was doing like a mild cleanse. When you're doing a detox and you just start to feel lighter and digestive system is moving better and clearer. And that's what I noticed after about a week. And so, yeah, Lifelong Vitality. Thanks for sharing, Gwen. So there is yeah.
Christy, there was a question. Do you, as a midwife, do you recommend Lifelong Vitality as a prenatal vitamin?
I do. The one thing that that I would add is extra iron. And there are some good ones out there, but you've really got to be careful that it's a really good iron. Additional supplement. I prefer that people eat tons of leafy greens and get a lot of exercise where they're oxygenating their blood and raising their hemoglobin through leafy greens and exercise rather than taking an additional iron supplement, but that iron is really important. So that would be the only thing extra. And then the folate in there, really the folate that's in there is the amount that your body can absorb, if that makes sense. So it's recommended for prenatal vitamins to be double that, but our bodies can't even absorb all of that at once. So yeah, so I think it's a great prenatal vitamin. And of course, people can talk to their doctor to get that. Go ahead. Yes. And what I can share is that I only had one pregnancy where I took it, and I had morning sickness with all 4 of my children. And each time I dreaded it. And I can say that with my 4th, with taking the Lifelong Vitality, it stopped right at 12 weeks. Whereas with the other ones, I was just like, when is this going to end? And it didn't end until at least another month or 2, kind of varied with my other ones. And then the other thing that was significant was my postpartum. You would think I would have been just wiped out, and I had energy. And I've had other moms tell me that they were like, where's all this energy coming from postpartum? And then they're like, oh my gosh, I'm taking Lifelong Vitality, and I didn't with my other kids. So I think it makes a really big difference postpartum, especially.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and there. I feel like there's some noises, so I'm just going to go ahead and mute. so that we're good with the background noise. Okay, so this is, I don't know, for some of you are probably in love with your loyalty rewards. I know that I haven't been able to go back since I started. And for some of you, you might be like, LRP, what is that? Well, I started off with my original kit. And when I learned that there was a way for me to order $125 basically by the 15th of the month, and that I would get a free oil of the month and free product credits, I was sold. And so, you know, that's really where the fun began, because I fell in love with my kit, of course, and needed to reorder. On Guard was my first oil that I needed to reorder, but to then get to see how these oils could support me in all my other different body systems that weren't in my original kit, and that the cost would be way below the wholesale price, I was sold. And so that's how my family uses these daily, and where we really get the full benefits of our wholesale account. So here's an example of a sample wellness box for $139.50. It's 125 PV. You get the Clary Calm, once again, bone nutrient, the phytoestrogen, and rose, right? And then with that order, if it's placed by the 15th of the month, you're gonna get the free oil of the month, and you're also gonna earn product credits, right? So if you're just starting out, you'll be at 10%. So off of that order, you would get 12.5 points, and you go up every 3 months and eventually max out at 30 points. So when I would place this order, I would get about 36 points put back in my account, which are like dollars to redeem for more free stuff, along with the free oil of the month. So it's a really fun way to keep using these and keep finding new health wins. Okay, let me just check my notes and see what else. Yeah, so a couple things that I want to share with you before we move on, because I have some fun things planned for tonight that are a little bit separate from the women's health and hormones. Regarding the wellness education series, we are going to be welcoming Dr. Elizabeth Davidson of Clear Connection Chiropractic. She shared about her basil oil testimonial earlier, and she will be leading our final class, week number 8, next week, on essential oils for pain. So I'm really excited about that. And then the following week, that is June 4th, we're actually going to have a separate time. So we will have a couple options for you, because Gwen's team will be leading one time, and us East Coasters over here will be leading a time that's just a little bit earlier for us. I think when we're promoting health and wellness, so much of it wraps into our sleep for our mental health, and so to be doing classes starting at 8 o'clock is a bit late. So so it'll be fun to have some more options for us moving forward. So tonight I am excited to share with those of you that would like to stay. I'm going to do a 15-minute business training. Last night we just had a back to basics training that was a 90-minute training. It was awesome. I think we had almost 50 people on the training, and it was basically what we're going to talk about tonight in 15 minutes, simply how to get your products for free, or how to either supplement or replace your income, right? Because we've got 3 different types of people that come to these classes. We've got those who right away think, oh my gosh, I want to use these in my home, and doTERRA is going to support you by providing free essential oil education. Then you've got those people who right away think, oh my gosh, my mom needs these. I can't wait to tell my friend about these. And these people naturally share what they love with others. And so in doTERRA, we call this free natural health care where over time and consistency of sharing with others, doTERRA rewards us by giving us free products. And there are thousands and thousands of people around the world earning free natural health care with doTERRA. And then there are those who see what I am doing and they think, I want to change people's lives by sharing the power of essential oils. And doTERRA rewards this type of person with a generous compensation plan to help them either supplement or replace their income, achieving financial freedom. And so we want to meet you where you're at. If you want to use oils and you're excited to just have these in your family, you're in the right place with the continuing education series. Stay with us through all 8 classes and you're going to get your free diffuser. If you're just kind of curious about what it's like to get your stuff for free, feel free to stay. Everyone is welcome. And actually, I am going to raffle off a roller ball of Clary Calm. That'll be mailed to you. So for those of you that stay on for the next 15 minutes, Gwen, if you could have some way to randomly pick one person, that would be awesome. I usually have this like Wheel of Fortune or whatever, Wheel of Names on my phone that I put the numbers in. However you want to do it, that would be super helpful.
Absolutely. Hey, and one other thing, you guys, we are looking for the link. We're going to get that link posted. I know you want to sign in to make sure you get credit for attending the class. If for some reason you need to hop off, we're trying to get that in. We'll make sure that it's on the Thrive page for you to sign in if you have to sneak out. Otherwise, I'm so excited to hear what you have to share.
Yay. All right, so 3 ways to share. Referral partnership is where you get free oils, right? So whoever the person is that invited you, that's doing this as a business, that person, I'm sure, is grateful to receive referrals because we build our business through networking and through helping people that we know or helping people that someone else has referred to us. So we are happy to compensate you with free oils. Next, enrolling friends, right? You can get some extra income. You can also get products paid for as you're enrolling friends, and then building a team. So this is where you are supplementing or replacing your income. So to get your product paid for, we're looking at 3 to 5 hours a week and personally enrolling a few people a month. Here's just some basic averages. This would be the supplementing your income place. If you're ready to make some money, 10 to 15 hours a week, enrolling 4+ customers and finding 1 builder a month. And you can see that these are now income levels that are either supplementing or replacing your income. 15 to 30 hours a week. I love that there's never a 40-hour a week. I really love that. We are a wellness company, and so we have to have a balance, right? So this would be enrolling 8+ customers a month and 2+ builders a month. Okay, so presentation ideas right now. Guess what? We just have online. That's what we have right now. Spring of 2020, we have online. Go back a few months, forward a few months. I can't predict the future, but I can tell you a few months ago, we met in person. I met at coffee shops. I met in people's homes. My last class was in Dr. Elizabeth's chiropractic clinic. All different ways we can share oils with others. Right now, we're sharing online. So the key listed here, number 1, is to give your friends a sample of an oil that will give a quick result. Okay, so say we're talking thyroid and someone's got Hashimoto's. Well, they've also got a headache. You're gonna wanna help them with their headache. Sometimes we get so excited that we wanna go for the big thing and we wanna just like, whoo! And we want to help that person have the quickest result so that they can be open to sticking with oils as they're on a journey to work with something that might take a little bit longer to find the results, right? So going back to the sampling here, there's 3 oils recommended when you're sampling somebody during this season of only online classes. 2 oils that you'll want everyone to have. One is peppermint, the other is wild orange, because we want everyone to be able to be a part of that online class and have an essential oil experience while they're at the class. And then the 3rd oil should be something that is specific to whatever their health concern is, right? So that could be the Clary Calm for cramping, could be some Deep Blue for muscle tension, whatever their top health concern is that you think they're going to get a quick result from. So this could be mailing samples, right? Because that's the beauty of online, is we can serve people anywhere in the world. So it's going to take that extra step of getting the samples to the people that you're inviting to a class. Once they've had a positive experience, then you can invite them to a class or a one-to-one, right? We can meet with people on FaceTime on our phone or one-to-one on Zoom. But the key is to help them have a positive oil experience first. We don't want to put people in buying situations until they're ready, right? We just don't want to do that. We've had life-changing experiences with these, and now we want to share this opportunity with others. And the products really speak for themselves. And as wellness advocates, we get to help them, coach them along to have that positive experience. Okay, so preparing to host a class, I can just tell you that whoever invited you here would be honored to host a class for you. Typically, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays draw the best attendance, but really anytime works. It's going to be more your energy and your confidence and your enthusiasm that comes across to the person, not the specific time or date, right? So back to sampling. Sample your friends effectively before inviting them to a class. Sometimes our belief is just so high in the product, we're like, oh my God, Gwen, you just have to try this. And she's like, okay. And we just want to like get her kit and like help her out with all the stuff. But it's really going to be best if we can slow it down and I can find out what's going on and consider what is she going to have the quickest result with, because she is going to be ready to dive into that kit when she's already had a positive oil experience. So invite at least 10 people, ideally, for a class size of 6 to 8, because not everyone you invite will attend. People that say they're going to attend, a lot of times won't attend. So it can be something as simple as the sink is full of dishes, or I can't find the right thing to wear and the night's just thrown off. Just forget it, I can't. This mothering thing is too much right now. I couldn't. It would just be selfish. I don't know. You know, we just get like spun out in our mind and that's it. So consider how to effectively invite. There's some really great scripting on the dailymentorcalls.com, and we also have our Back to Basics training. But to sum it up simply, you're going to call, I don't like the word reminder actually, but it says reminder here. You're going to call with some details about 2 days before. So details about the Zoom. Would you like the Zoom link text it to you? Are you going to be on your phone, or would you like the Zoom link emailed to you? So some detail that triggers the reminder, but we want to treat it like this is somebody who's dreamed of going to the Super Bowl all their life, and you just gave them Super Bowl tickets. You're not going to remind them 2 days before that they're going to the Super Bowl, right? So we have this life-changing opportunity. We're doing them a favor, sharing it with them, and we expect that they're excited to come. You will want to also text them 2 hours before the class. Once again, don't use the word reminder. 2 hours before the class, send them something exciting. I can't wait to see you tonight. I have something for you, right? Because we always offer free things. Right now we're offering a whole thing of citrus bliss for anyone who enrolls. So we always have a gift. We always have something to give people. And so letting them know that we have a gift for them, there's a surprise, we can't wait to see them, is a really great thing to do 2 hours before. Because they could be facing the dish issue or the I don't know what to wear issue. And when they see your excitement, they're like, oh shoot, she's thinking of me. I gotta go now, right? And we don't want them to miss out. They need the oils, especially for those moments. Okay, so prepare when you're hosting your class, prepare to introduce the presenter, to share who they are, where they've come from, and why they're worth listening to, right? It's always good to introduce the person teaching. And be prepared to share your personal experiences. Like, personal experiences matter the most. So if I'm going to be teaching a class for you and it's your first time inviting your friends, I can tell you that your friends care way more about your personal experience that you share compared to all of the other mechanics that I share. They're going to remember the one personal experience that you share. Eliminate distractions, a clean, child-free, pet-free environment. We don't have to deal with that right now on Zoom, but it's good to think about moving forward. Diffuse uplifting oils, that is sad that we can't do that. So that's where they're gonna have their wild orange and their peppermint ahead of time so that they can have their energy raised at the class. Provide water and oils during class. I love that. I love that so much. After the intro class, provide simple refreshments while your presenter shares about the joy of sharing oils. So please, when we get back into hosting classes in homes, please don't overdo it with food. I promise no one will ever feel empowered and like they can do this, because they will think you are just so fancy and they could never be like you. But if you just keep it simple, this is just an hour-long oils class. You provide water and you give them an oil experience in that water. That is going to be memorable for them and impact them. And then you can have a little treat that has something with oil in it, whether it's brownies with some mint or some hummus that you've put some lemon in, or some other oils. Just really simple things to once again share how to incorporate the oils, but keeping it super simple that somebody else could think like, oh yeah, I could do this. I could probably do it better than she can. Okay, so this kind of sums it up. So if you want to get your oils paid for, number one, you're going to give your friend a sample of something that is a big deal for them. So think sleep, headaches, digestion, pain. 2, tell them 3 cool things about essential oils. Tell them 3 ways to use them, and show them kits. I don't love the end there because it's not the end. It is the beginning. It is the beginning of an amazing journey where then we get to introduce them to continuing ed and help them open their oils and get the greatest benefits from their oils and get the greatest benefits from their wholesale accounts. But really, to get them set with their first oils, that is it right there. Cool, huh? And I am just so grateful. If you think about the person that shared these oils with you, like, wow, I am so grateful. I can't even imagine. Or what if that person who shared my original kit with me and got me set up, like, what if they never took the time to show me loyalty rewards? Because honestly, they didn't for a little while and I didn't know about them. And maybe I wouldn't have even been ready. Maybe they actually did. And I said, no, thank you. Because I was actually kind of rude in the beginning. Super rude is the feedback I've gotten. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so salesy. No, I'm not doing this as a business. I'm a busy mom. I have a new baby and a 1.5-year-old and an 8-year-old. And like, I'm a practicing midwife and no, thank you. So maybe he did actually invite me. But when I finally got on loyalty rewards, it had been a while since I had my original kit. And thank goodness he stuck with me and he showed me how, because I was so excited. I'm like, what? I can get a free one if I do this 125 by the 15th of the month. So thank goodness for the people in our lives that have taken the time to share these oils with us. So the last thing I'll share is if you want to dive in a little bit more to the mechanics of how to be successful at this, dailymentoringcalls.com. It's free and it will help you through step by step. The calls are like 5 minutes long and they will help you through step by step. If you're someone who likes live training like me more than listening to recordings, we have a back to basics training on our team that goes a little more in depth on the topics that we covered tonight. So Gwen, will you check out the names if you haven't yet and let us know who the lucky winner is?
I did. I used that fun little generator on the computer and
Cool.
It was number 31. And according to my count, that is Yenny Lopez. Wait, no, Yenny. Yeah, Yenny Lopez, number 31.
Yay, unmute yourself. Who are you?
There she is, Luce. Uh-oh, did she walk away? Should we do a new drawing?
She's not here.
Yenny. All right, I'll put it in again.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get my little generator. I feel so technical, all of you, and let's like spin the wheel. Okay, it's the little
Yenny,
things
is
that make me very happy.
Wait,
How's
is
that?
Lenny, Luce, what are you saying? Is Lenny
I
here?
am here.
Okay, you won, Yenny. Just in the nick of
But
time, girl.
I know, but I had a lot items here on my screen. Sorry.
That's
Hello.
okay.
We're so glad you're here. So Clary Calm, you have a wholesale account with us, right? I can look up your name and get your address.
My address or my host?
If you are part of doTERRA, do you have a wholesale account with us? With Luce?
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. Then I will have your address and I will mail this to you. Thank
Okay.
you for being here.
Okay. Do you need my
Yay.
address?
I've got it. We're all set. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. My name is Jenny Lopez with Y.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Do I have any other announcements? Yes, I have something fun to announce. So, Canute is putting together an Eventbrite for us. We are going to do an Essential Oils Made Easy class on June 3rd, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's a simple way for you to invite, for those of you who are just starting off on this idea of sampling your friends, a great place to invite people. I'm going to teach the class and you're welcome to bring anyone. Ideally, properly sample them. And properly sampling just means that they've had a positive oil experience. That's the goal. And we're going to do a really fun prize to the person who brings the most properly sampled people to the class. I am putting together a sampling kit. So you're going to receive 50 sample vials, sticker cap sheet, and a travel kit with doTERRA. So the travel kit, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's really fun because it's got peppermint and wild orange, and then it's also got aroma touch and lavender. So you'll be set to help others. So that's gonna be really fun. We're gonna do that drawing after the class that night. So,
and if you are unsure about how to sample, reach out to your friend who invited you here, and we'll make sure to help you. It's my favorite way to share oils because I can tell you, hey, Camellia, did you know that if you use clary sage, your tummy might feel better? And she could be like, okay. But if I give her an oil, she tries it and she had the experience she had, and she's like, ah. I love sampling.
yay. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful night. It was a treat to be with you.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
See you next week.
All right.
Thank you. Learned so much today.
Yay.